Good afternoon, meteorologist Sarah Osterbind here. Wanted to give y'all a quick update this evening. We are currently in a dry spot according to our radar, and as I look out the window, I'm not seeing too much in terms of precipitation currently. That said, we are still seeing very, very overcast skies, and we have a lot more moisture heading our way. So taking a look at our radar, we do see that wintry precip coming into our region. Christiansburg already seeing it, and it's even trickling into a little bit of Roanoke County. But as we start looking nationwide, we're going to see a load of moisture start heading towards us in the next little bit. But taking a look, a lot of just plain rain, and as you go down south, you're actually seeing what almost seems like a squall line, and they're actually under a tornado watch down in the Panhandle as well as southern parts of Alabama and even extending into parts of Georgia. So they do have a whole different situation of weather going on down south currently, even after seeing the ice this morning. But once we look back at what we're going to be seeing, it's going to be a lot more sleet, and we're going to transition into freezing rain here in the next couple hours. That said, I do want to take a look at our road conditions because as of right now, they are still very, very icy, snowy across the whole board. I know when I came in, I was struggling to get in, and it was a rough ride coming into the station, even in the city of Roanoke. That said, we are seeing all of these bad road conditions in the cities, in the rural parts, and the boondocks all across the board. So I strongly recommend you stay off the roads. It is just too risky unless you have somewhere that you absolutely have to be. I would just recommend staying at home for the night. And we're seeing an increase in the power outages going up over the next couple hours. As of right now, it is pretty limited to Southwest Virginia, specifically in Grayson County. And as you go more large scale, we are seeing loads and loads of power outages, especially in the tracks of the storm where the storm has already passed through and down south even. So we will be seeing more as the more freezing rain comes through and potentially messes with some power lines, maybe some trees and such. But as of right now, looking pretty clear. A little bit ago, there was a pretty decent sized power outage in Montgomery County. It looks like that has been resolved though. So we have been seeing the plows as well as all the Appalachian Power workers hard at work over the past couple hours, and I'm sure they will be over the next couple days. And I want to take a look at downtown Roanoke currently. Still seeing that snow on the roads, very, very icy. There's a car going over the overpass and taking its time. There's hitting the brakes. Hopefully they don't skid or anything. We're good. They're just turning. And that's the case for pretty much the whole area. Let's take another look at a different sky cam. Wytheville, definitely white out. You would think that this is a black and white picture if it weren't for this brick building right here next to the church, but it's still seeing some very overcast skies and quite possibly already seeing that wintry precip enter the area, and the roads are not looking too great either down there. But as we go to Virginia Tech, very, very snowy there. Lots of accumulation, especially in the parking lot, and even the on-campus roads still looking very, very icy across the board. And you can see the snow on the rooftops, on the cars, and I'll tell you what, those cars are going to have a hard time getting out if they are heading out within the next little bit. But taking a look at our large-scale radar, it's still coming in. It is still coming in. We have lots of cloud coverage along with this, and I unfortunately don't think we will be seeing any more snow from this. It's going to be a lot more sleet and freezing rain and wintry precip to end the day off. And though we have the potential of seeing some snowstorms in the mountains, mainly into West Virginia, those are likely going to stay limited to that area where a couple flakes could trickle into our region, but likely to stick over there. Tonight we're getting down into the teens and 20s. New River Valley getting down to 17 degrees. Highlands as well. Roanoke will see a low temperature of 20 degrees. Lynchburg 22, and Southside will have a low temperature of 24 degrees tonight. And those temperatures are unfortunately going to be here to stay for the next couple days. Taking a look at tomorrow, we're seeing a high temperature of 27 degrees, which is 20 degrees below average for this time of year, and it's going to stay around as we look at Tuesday, seeing a high temperature of 32 degrees. And though that is close to breaking the freezing point, it is just not warm enough to get rid of the ice and the snow that we are going to be seeing stick around for the next couple days, because Wednesday is going to get a little bit colder, even 29 degrees, 19 degrees below average even into Thursday, 23. So we're going to see even more cold temperatures pass through this week, and by the time we end the week, we're not seeing those warm temperatures come in, and that wind chill I want to take a moment to talk about because it's looking brutal. Looking at Tuesday 7 a.m., we're looking at a negative 12 degree wind chill in Roanoke, a negative 16 in South Boston, negative 22 in Hot Springs, and negative 14 in Independence. So it's going to be a chilly morning for sure, and it's going to last throughout the entirety of the day, even going into Wednesday morning, negative 5 degree in Roanoke, and Hot Springs, negative 16 degrees. Independence, negative 6 degree wind chill, and South Boston, negative 4 degree wind chill. So it's going to be very, very chilly. Along with the winds, it's going to make it very, very frigid and almost intolerable to even be outside. But I want to go ahead and take a look at your next 3 days. Seeing those temperatures, that low degree temperature on Monday gets me every time I see it. 0 degrees as we go to nightfall tomorrow night. Going to be very brutal, along with that very frigid wind chill that will start tomorrow evening. Once we go into Tuesday, we could see some sunshine, especially out towards the east in Lynchburg and such, but we're going to see that cloud coverage return on Wednesday, and we're only going to get into the low 30s this week, unfortunately. And as we look at the next couple days remaining, only going to see the 20s. I mean, we're really only going to see 32 this week as of now, and the low temperatures are going to be in the single digits with the exception of Tuesday evening with a low temperature just barely exceeding the single digits now. As we wrap up on this winter storm, I'll remind you to stay warm and stay safe. I recommend not going on the roads. They're still very, very messy, and I anticipate them staying this way for quite a while, unfortunately. That said, once again, stay warm. Spring is coming up in about 55 days or so we have that to look forward to, but keep posted with us for updates. We'll be updating you all very shortly.